spoilers ahead for My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission 2021. Oh, this is good. When a cult of terrorists ruins a city by releasing a toxin that causes people's ability to spiral out of control, greatest heroes spread around the world in an attempt to track down the mastermind and put him to justice. I had a really good time with this movie. It's essentially a terrorist. In a previous episode, we discussed the Quirk Doomsday Theory, and he's taking it as gospel, as that it's definitely happening, and using this as motivation to kill everyone with a quirk. Whether it's quirk.
That's how the movie opens. I would say that like the end of the movie undoes the first half of the movie. Well, the guy is like, everything repels off of me, including like feelings and common sense, I guess. When Deku says, you can't even be sure it's true. Like, it hasn't been proven. And right. The guy's like, no, it's a curse because I didn't get any hugs or whatever. Like, he doesn't say, no, I know it's true because I've like seen the power or anything. He's just like, no, I couldn't get laid, so it must be true. Like,
I'd be pretty angry too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he definitely got a raw deal, but like he could have just gone and like paid for a half hour of old Dry Eyes to look at him, and he could have like gotten a break from repulsing everything.
That's true. Or he could have went and hit up who's the fucking guy from season 4, the guy with the plague mask, who took Lemillion's quirk away.
Yeah, he could have just had his quirk stolen. I mean, there's ways around this outside of making a yet another. How many hidden organizations are in here? Like,
so many.
Is this like a John Wick thing where like everyone's in a secret organization? Is there anyone who isn't part of a secret organization that Deku hasn't like made friends with?
I do like in this the movie starts off where tons of heroes are deployed all over the world. Some of the old faces, some of the new ones. Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki all have new costumes. There's so many characters in this, they don't even take the time to introduce any of them, which is great.
This is basically a long episode of the TV show, and if you haven't seen the first 4 seasons, then you're just not going to understand anything.
What did you think of Rhodey, who's the character, the guy taking care of his brother and sister?
So I don't really understand what was going on with his agility.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, he was as agile as people whose quirk is being agile.
Yep.
Like on foot, he was outrunning Deku, who goes as fast as Bakugo, who uses explosions to fly through the air.
Yeah, he had some major parkour ability. It's like a parkour chase with Deku through a city, and Deku doesn't catch him until he like corners him. It's really weird.
Well, he doesn't catch him until a bridge almost falls on him.
Yeah, that's true.
But I did like the character. I thought it was pretty interesting to like have something where the character's quirk is actually counter useful. Like every quirk in like so far, every quirk so far in the show has been like, oh, look at this coincidence. It just matches my personality and my life situation. Like, yeah, this guy, firefighter dog, and I happen to love putting out fires.
This dude's quirk is essentially having a Pidgey from Pokemon.
I mean, it can stun someone with a fart.
Oh my god, that's true. That happened.
I don't know why Deku didn't figure out that the bird was his quirk the whole time. Did he think that there was a sentient bird wearing a mask that was just friends with this guy?
He did. I did. I didn't know what the fuck was going on with the bird. So what happens is Rhodey is a courier, essentially. He's got to get paid any way he can. No parents, has to take care of 2 little kids, and I guess he's like in his early 20s. So he's like a courier for the mob.
He was like Deku's age.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought he was much older.
I mean, because remember, he was playing with the plane when his sister was like a toddler.
Yeah.
She was still like a little kid.
Yeah, she was like 10 when we saw her.
Also, I had a question like about like how strong Deku is, because he couldn't quite take the case away from Rhodey when they were wrestling for it. All you do is work out.
Oh, and you're fucking supercharged with the strongest quirk ever. You know.
even with no quirk, he should still like be the most buff guy at a swim meet because he literally works out every morning, noon, and night
Yeah.
to like keep up with his quirk so he doesn't tear his body apart.
Yeah, he turned a landfill into a beach when he was pre-quirk. So there's this cool new villain in this movie. She's like her hand turns into a bow and she just fucking fires arrows. I guess they're homing arrows because they just change direction for
Yeah,
whatever reason.
I think her quirk is that she can shoot something and then control the trajectory of it. Because the other guy gives her stuff and she shoots it and it still follows them.
Oh, and he gave her those like little steel
Yeah.
beads or whatever.
There's more people showing up with like multiple quirks, and I
Mhm.
feel like that's cheating. Like my quirk is I can punch through a bridge, but also I can make things change size.
So she's chasing after this dude, bow and arrow chick's chasing after this guy, kills him in his car, and the case flies over the bridge. And they accidentally switch cases. So the jewels Rhodey was carrying, he accidentally swaps in the confusion. Now they're chasing Deku and Rhodey. The police chief, or the whatever you call him, is corrupt. The commissioner or whatever, Commissioner Gordon, is corrupt. Deku saves Rhodey from the cops because when Deku forces him to open the case, there's no jewels in there. So there's a lot of confusion of, oh, I guess he's not the bad guy I'm looking for. So Deku saves him and they both go on the run. And the next scene they show Todoroki watching. It's like, oh, we have reports of a mass murderer, and it's little Deku's face on it. Got a pretty good kick out of that. So
And like a bunch of people like, oh, what did he do? What do you mean, what did he do?
Yeah. Deku started killing people? I knew it all
I
along.
knew it's always the ones you least expect.
Yeah.
With no evidence, we've decided to react to this as if it's true.
Essentially, the middle chunk of the movie is these two on the run, and there's like this
Buddy cop.
weird. It's like a post-credit scene without the credits in the middle of the movie. They have a song and they're just walking down the street. It's like the end of the first Hulk movie. It's really odd.
Making my way downtown, riding trains, getting round, running from the assassins. I spent part of the movie thinking, like, where are all my favorite side characters at? But then I realized, well, the movie already has a bunch of characters in it. I will say they did I'm going to say they did a good job with the narrowing it down to some characters you can really appreciate.
Yep.
So it's like they've got the action scenes from your old favorites. They didn't have enough Feather Boy for my taste, and they had a little too much Bakugo and Icy Hot.
Yeah,
But,
not
like,
enough
that's-
Mineta.
Yeah. Why couldn't Mineta have like shown up like on the train or something? That would have been awesome. He just like stuck to stuff. 0 out of 10. Mineta didn't save the day. It would have been so great if he'd just shown up like at a weird time, like, hey guys,
Yeah.
I used my sticky balls to hang onto the plane. He's just fucking riding the whole way, just waiting for his moment. I will say, going into the third act,
Yeah.
everything up to there I thought was about as good as you can really expect it to be. I wasn't real big on the plot because I'm like, I mean, all these people with quirks are just helping to like genocide themselves. But like, other than that, like, it seemed like a pretty reasonable reaction to ordinary humans having explosions happen all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, these people have basically 9/11 happen twice a weekend.
So in the briefcase was a hidden compartment with like a data key from Rhodey's dad. So they use that key to find the main location to shut off all the bombs while all the other heroes are out like physically looking for them. Which brings us to the final Deku, Shoto, and Bakugo along with Rhodey all go to this facility.
They have a big 3-part Dragon Ball Z fight.
Yes, it's Bakugo versus the Blade Boys. Shoto versus like an element type guy. I don't
He's
really know
tentacles, isn't he? Like, he has fire and he has tentacles, but he's also like shapeshifted.
Oh, okay.
He's like a 3-quirk masterpiece.
And Deku versus the main villain. I thought the best of the 3 fights was the Bakugo one. It's these
Really?
dudes with like scorpion. It's like scorpion blades, except If you combine Scorpion and Baraka from Mortal Kombat, they had those.
It's
Bakugo's Mhm.
if you've watched Bleach, the guy with the sword that kind of like snakes out and runs around and like kind of runs around without respect to physics.
Sure.
They're fighting him.
And they're both
Feist.
like insane. And Baku, awesome, explosions and everything. And he does this thing where the guys are chasing him. He's getting cut all to hell, and he's planting little grenades along this like silo looking situation, and they all blow up and collapse on these two nut jobs. And then they inject themselves with like some sort of enhancer and go even more insane.
I spent the whole time wondering, like, so these guys immune to explosions or what? And then at the end, he beats them by exploding them.
With the coolest howitzer
except for Deku's fight against the repulsor guy, both every fight came down to like when I call it Dragon Ball Z because every fight in Dragon Ball Z is, oh yeah, I can turn Super Saiyan and win the fight.
Yeah.
I forgot I have superpowers.
Yeah, they all go plus ultra to win.
Yeah, I thought like I don't know. That kind of disappointed me a little bit. I'm not sure why, but I was hoping for something a bit more. I did like Deku's thing of just like, oh, I'm just gonna Deku like figured out the guy's thing like reacts like a couple seconds later, so he just keeps on punching it, so it never has a chance to punch back.
Yeah, he really is All Might's protege, isn't he? Just punch it till it stops.
Okay, All Might would have punched it through time and space.
Yeah, what he did to that Nomu in the first season just was hitting it. Just yeah. I was trying to think of a way, like while Deku's trying to fight this dude. So the main villain, any impact Deku applies to him, forces back on him. So I'm like, is there a way he can like angle the mirrors, and like they would just keep bouncing off and hit, and like put him in some time loop of just this guy getting fucked up?
Yes, I'm not really sure how the guy's quirk works because, okay, hear me out. So if something reflects off of it, what happens like if he smacks himself in the head? Right. Does the hand or the head, or do they both react?
I would guess both, because the sting of the hand, even though it's the aggressor, they're both taking impact.
That means that when the head reacts to the hand's going to react to the head, and also when the hand reacts to the head's going to react to the hand.
Yes. That's the kind of shit I was thinking he was going to do, because he's usually not All Might. Like, he usually thinks about it.
Yeah, I mean, for one thing, I didn't understand, like, when Rhodey starts running, Deku just blows up the lasers all at once, and then not an issue anymore. And I'm like, if he'd done that at the beginning, he could have just ignored the guy. Like, if you're not trying to hit him, he doesn't have any superpowers. I thought he was going to do something where he, like, bounces something off of himself like 1,000 times in a second and then launches it. But no, he's literally just using a bunch of lasers and then aiming them again.
And you know what's weird is Deku shows up there and they play it, the director or the writer or whoever play it off like it's some sort of reveal that this motherfucker has a quirk.
It's been like blue the whole time.
He's blue. Oh my god, you have a quirk? Why would you do this to your own people? Blue, you fucking asshole. And the last fight, it's not the last in terms of chronological.
Also, I did figure out how to beat the guy. What you do is Deku needs to go and get a plastic bag and wrap it around his face, and then just suffocate him.
I like it.
I mean, you guys like, oh, I can't kill myself. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you would still drown, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Did your body repel poison?
Right.
His whole quirk is he repels common sense.
How does he poop? And is it blue? Speaking of drowning, so the guy Shoto's fighting is just trying to drown his ass, and the only break he gets is when they come out of like some sort of drain. It looks like a drain that would be like on the side of a big dam, and that frees him up so he doesn't die, And then he does like Endeavor's Prominence Burn and fucking absolutely shit mixes the guy.
Yeah, so can he not use fire underneath the water? Like, I didn't understand why seems like he could have just done the Prominence Burn under the water and it would have been even better. I saw they added some vents to his costume though. Like he did a fire burn and then like steam came out of like his back.
Yes. They should keep those costumes. Those were fucking cool.
But did you like Deku's like Black Rabbit thing?
Yes. All black with the green, had the ears. But
Yeah, so
that's all I got.
in terms of action, I think this is like the second best one. The best action is the big scene with All Might and Deku versus the guy that like has like had all like the metal piles or whatever they were.
Yeah, from the first one.
Yeah, turning into like crab people. Definitely better than the second one where I was like lightning guy.
I think overall this was the best of the three. I don't know. It was really fast paced. It's my favorite
It
movie I've
starts
seen.
with like a little punching, then it has some
Yeah.
feelings, then it has a whole bunch of punching.
Yeah, exactly. Everything I want from an anime. It's my favorite movie out of the last like 10 we've done. I'm trying to think back to what. I liked it better than Venom, and you know how much I like that movie. So, all right. Well, I think that'll do it for us. I'm gonna go and get some lunch. So we will catch you guys later.
Later, bitch.